Hey there, sleepy owl. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Whether you're curled up under a blanket, laying on your back, staring at the ceiling, or nestled into your favorite nook with a furry companion by your side, welcome. You've made it through the day. You showed up, and that's no small thing. We at the 3 a.m. Scholar want you to know we see you. We appreciate how hard you've been grinding. Quietly, constantly, even when no one else is looking. Life isn't easy. Some days feel heavier than others. But you're here, and that matters. This is a soft space to land, a quiet moment carved out just for you. And together, little by little, we'll get through it. And if you find tonight's story comforting, curious, or even just companionable, like a warm cup of tea for your ears, go ahead and gently tap that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on post notifications so you won't miss a future wind down. No pressure, just an open invitation to return whenever you need a soft place to land. Tonight's story is about a small but powerful thing, a medication called Ozempic. Maybe you've heard about it in the news or whispered in the corners of dinner parties. Maybe someone you know takes it, maybe you do, or maybe you've simply seen it lumped into weight loss conversations, next to words like miracle or controversy. And hey, if this is a topic close to your heart, if you've ever struggled with your body, your health, or the way the world sees you, know this: you're not alone. Truly. In fact, would you be willing to share a little piece of your story in the comments? Maybe you've tried something like Ozempic. Maybe you've been on a journey with weight loss, the highs, the lows, the hilarious detours. This space is a soft one, a kind one, a safe one. When we share with each other, even just a little, it reminds someone else listening in the dark that they're not weird, or broken, or alone. Just human. And before we begin, let's set the scene. Lights? Turn them low. Blinds, drawn closed like a hug from the outside world. Background noise? Politely remind the housemates, pets, and parents that you're entering your wind-down window. Maybe even grab a cozy drink or snuggle buddy, human, canine, or plushie. You deserve softness. Because tonight, we're going to gently unravel the story of Ozempic, a medication born in the world of diabetes management that found itself unexpectedly thrust into the spotlight, chased by headlines, celebrities, questions, hopes, and sometimes misunderstandings. And don't worry, you don't need to memorize a thing. You don't need to agree with everything. You just need to rest, to listen, maybe smile, maybe feel seen. Chapter 1. The Birth of a Drug. Our journey begins not in a celebrity magazine or weight loss ad, but in the quiet corridors of a Danish laboratory. Picture it: early 2000s, the hum of lab equipment, the scent of strong Scandinavian coffee, and researchers hunched over Petri dishes, whispering sweet nothings to molecules. The pharmaceutical company Novo Nordisk, based in Denmark, had already built a strong reputation for its work in diabetes care. At the time, they were exploring a curious hormone that the body produces naturally, GLP-1, that's glucagon-like peptide 1. But don't worry, there won't be a quiz. GLP-1 has a few magical traits. It stimulates insulin, reduces appetite, slows digestion, and helps regulate blood sugar. Essentially, it's your gut's friendly bouncer, keeping things calm, measured, and orderly. Novo Nordisk wanted to develop a medicine that mimicked GLP-1, but with staying power. After much molecular matchmaking, they introduced a synthetic version called semaglutide. And in 2017, the FDA approved it under the brand name Ozempic for treating type 2 diabetes. Administered once a week via a small injection, Ozempic helped patients lower their blood sugar and improve their A1C levels. But there was something else. An unanticipated side effect that made ears perk up and scales tip down: significant weight loss. What started as a diabetes drug was now tiptoeing toward a bigger conversation. Chapter 2. From Diabetes to Diets. Soon after Ozempic hit the market, patients and doctors noticed the same pattern. People taking the drug for diabetes were losing weight, and not just a couple of pounds. We're talking major wardrobe-replacing transformations. Doctors began prescribing Ozempic off-label for weight loss. Off-label means a drug is being used for something it wasn't officially approved for, which is legal and fairly common. And boy, did that door open fast. Patients who had tried everything, keto, juice cleanses, treadmill marathons, suddenly found that Ozempic worked. It dulled hunger. It made food cravings vanish like socks in the laundry. But with results came demand. Pharmacies began seeing shortages. Social media caught wind. Celebrities whispered about it. TikToks popped up with before and after slideshows. Memes were born. Ozempic became a buzzword. And this buzz? It came with consequences. Patients who relied on the drug for diabetes management couldn't always find it. Critics began questioning the ethics of using a life-saving medication for aesthetic purposes. And yet, the genie was out of the injectable bottle. Chapter 3. Who made Ozempic and why? To understand Ozempic, we need to understand its creators. Enter Novo Nordisk, a pharmaceutical giant with a history as long and intricate as a Scandinavian winter scarf. Founded in the 1920s, Novo Nordisk built its legacy on insulin production. Their mission? Tackle diabetes with innovative treatments. Over time, they expanded their focus to include obesity, not as a cosmetic issue, but as a chronic disease. Novo Nordisk invested years into developing semaglutide, the molecule behind Ozempic. Their research was meticulous, involving clinical trials with thousands of participants. Their goal wasn't just to manage symptoms, but to change lives. Once they realized the weight loss potential of semaglutide, they created a new version called Wegovy, approved in 2021 specifically for chronic weight management. So yes, Novo Nordisk is a business. And yes, they've made billions, but behind the corporate walls are real people trying to solve real problems. And sometimes, science stumbles into something unexpectedly revolutionary. Chapter 4. Media Mayhem and Celeb Slimdowns. Cue the paparazzi flashbulbs and TikTok spirals. Ozempic had officially entered pop culture. In 2022 and 2023, whispers turned into headlines. Celebrities were rumored to be using it. Late-night hosts cracked jokes. Ozempic face, a term for rapid facial fat loss, became a meme. Even Elon Musk tweeted about Wegovy, and the internet exploded. TikTok was flooded with hashtag Ozempic videos. Some were heartfelt testimonials. Others were comedic parodies. A few were dangerously misleading. The line between medicine and meme began to blur. Meanwhile, some patients were celebrating breakthroughs they'd never thought possible. Clothes that finally fit. Joints that didn't ache. Confidence that returned. But beneath the buzz, important conversations were unfolding. About access, about shame, about how we treat obesity as a society. It was messy, beautiful, and a little chaotic. Like all things viral. Chapter 5. The Side Effects and the Science. Let's gently slow down now and look at the other side of the syringe. No medication is perfect, and Ozempic is no exception. The most common side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, constipation, stomach pain. Many people also report loss of appetite, which is kind of the point. But for some, it goes too far, leading to fatigue or nutritional imbalance. There's also the now infamous Ozempic burp, sulfur-scented and deeply unfortunate. More serious, but rare risks include pancreatitis, gallbladder issues, potential thyroid tumors in animal studies, and then there's the rebound. When people stop taking Ozempic, many regain the weight. Because the drug doesn't cure anything, it manages symptoms while it's in your system. Semaglutide mimics GLP-1, which helps regulate insulin, slows digestion, and tells your brain you're full. It's science doing its thing, but only while the medication is active, which means support. Lifestyle, nutrition, mental health still matters. Always has, always will. Chapter 6. Ozempic versus the world. Ozempic's journey has sparked a global shift. We're no longer just talking about diet tips, we're talking about public health. The World Health Organization estimates over 650 million adults live with obesity. It's linked to heart disease, stroke, mental health struggles, and yet treatments have been limited and often stigmatized. Ozempic, Wegovy, and newer drugs like Mounjaro, which targets two hormone pathways, are changing that. They offer new tools, new hope, but access remains a barrier. These drugs are expensive, often over $1,000 a month without insurance. Coverage varies wildly, and in some countries, they're not even available. Meanwhile, demand skyrockets. Patients, doctors, celebrities, everyone's watching. So, where do we go from here? Hopefully, toward more compassion, towards systems that support health at every size, toward conversations that celebrate progress while acknowledging the challenges, and toward a future where science and empathy walk hand in hand. One last breath before dreams. And just like that, our little journey tonight has come to an end. We started in a quiet Danish lab, wandered through the world of diabetes treatment, detoured through celebrity red carpets and TikTok scrolls, peeked into hormone receptors, and gently unpacked the science behind one of the most talked about medications in recent memory. If you're still awake, wow, you're a real night owl. And if you drifted off somewhere between GLP-1 and sulfur burps, don't worry. That was kind of the point. Whether this story made you laugh a little, reflect a little, or simply helped quiet the noise in your head, thank you for being here. Thank you for making space in your night for soft science and soft storytelling. And hey, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the 3 a.m. Scholar. Tap the little bell if you want bedtime stories whispered your way each week. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed your stay. Or leave a comment about your own story. With Ozempic, with weight, with health, or even with just trying to love the skin you're in. This is a safe space, and your words might make someone else feel a little less alone. Before we say goodnight, let me gently remind you, you are not your body mass index. You are not a number on a scale. You are not defined by calories, injections, or what society says health should look like. You are someone who deserves rest, peace, ice cream, and joy, in whatever form it comes. So snuggle in. Let the weight of the world roll off your shoulders. You made it through today, and that, dear owl, is enough. Now go ahead. Forget about societal standards. Go get that ice cream in your freezer. You've earned it. Good night, sweet owl.